With TikTok Shop absolutely blowing up in 2026, one of the non-negotiables to run your brand on TikTok Shop is to run GMV max ads. Now, this is basically TikTok Shop ads for anyone who's new to TikTok Shop. This is without a doubt mandatory for all brands in 2026, and I'm gonna hop right into how we're gonna hop into this. Right, so when you're a new brand, one of the important things is to realize that when you switch on TikTok Shop ads, it is an amplifier and not a initiator, right? It's going to amplify the demand from the organic views and traction in videos that you're already generating, right? You're already in the process of pushing out. So what's going to happen here is you're going to turn on GV Max ads and it's going to eat up probably 80 to 90% of your organic traction, right? So when you turn it on, you need to be ready to go full throttle to the gas because that is going to be your main driver once you turn it on. All the sales are going to become mostly ad attributed. It's going to be a very teeny tiny portion, which is going to be organic or shopping ads, basically product card sales, right? So core fundamentals. Video quantity plus consistency is the key to GMV max ads, right? You need to set generous ROI targets. So now let's go through this one by one, right? So video quantity plus consistency. To scale GMV max ads, you need to scale the budget, and we'll hop into this later. You need to scale your budget at the pace of your video count. We've seen this time and time again with brands. Brands will come to us and they're spending 7,000 a week on ads, and their video output is like 100 videos a week. That is not okay, guys. You need to be scaling your spend at the same pace of your video output. Now, let's say you're spending $200 a day, anything between $100 all the way to $200 to $300 a day. You have to have a video output of around between 100 to 150 videos a week in rotation minimum, right? This is because the way GMV Max Ads works is there's so many creatives in the cycle, and we're gonna hop into the phases here of how it works as well. Is it sorts out and categorizes your videos into different bins that we're gonna hop into later as well, and you need to give it enough data to be like, hey, like if it does automatically sort something to the wrong bin, it has a whole new pool of creatives to work through, right? So that's why you need to scale the same output of your budget. Now, another thing is generous ROI targets, right? Be generous. That thing that is absolutely going to wipe you no matter what is if you are not generous with your ROI targets. If you're too picky with your target ROI, there's two things you can set in GV Max ads: your target budget and your target ROI. That's it. There's no other tweaks you can make aside from video output and amount of videos, right? So um, if your competitor brand is able to have a lower target ROI to get more sales, they're going to wipe you, right? And the way they can do that, and the way you can have a competitive advantage over them, is to track your halo. Because when you track your pour over of sales that go to your Amazon and your D2C, you will actually allow yourself to have that bandwidth to lower this up because you're actually making the return that's not tracked originally on other channels that you already have active, right? And at social tip will be completely for you. I know this can be a little confusing. Um, Patience with the learning phase. Now, I'm not going to dive into this right now because that's the next topic, but having patience with the learning phase is very, very important because this is the most important phase and it's a make or break phase for your GMP Max ads campaigns, right? Right. Next up, GMV max phases. There's three major phases. Okay. It's going to be phase one, which is in queue, right? This is your car getting ready, it's gassing up, right? When your creatives go in queue, it is in the waiting list to get tested and get budget sent to, right? The next phase right after that is the learning, the most important budget. And I'm going to hop into that right now here in a moment. And then phase three is delivering, where it's full gas to the pedal and you're in sixth gear and you're just going 70,000 miles per hour on the freeway, right? And this is kind of the visualization that TikTok has gave you as well. It goes from queue to learning. From learning, it could either go to non-delivering, which means it's not, it didn't pass TikTok's test of if it's valuable enough to get push or ad spend, or it could go to NA, which means that you just didn't get authorization from the creator, right? And you can do that through Spark codes. You can do that through auto authorization. You can book a call with us to figure out how that works for your brand. And then from learning, if it's really good, it's a good creative, then it goes to delivering, and delivering is where it makes all the moolah, right? All the sales. How to exit learning phase. Typically, you need 40 to 50 conversions, right? Within a 7-day window. Now, to understand what this means, you need 40 to 50 sales in a 7-day window. If you don't get 40 to 50 conversions within a 7-day window, it will stay in learning phase. All your creatives will keep cycling learning phases, right? And this is, by the way, on a creative basis, not on a campaign basis. It's on a creative basis. So this is why also two creators can take your shop to 100,000 in GMV, and 80% of that can be two creators, right? Two creators can make up 80% of your GMV, right? And the reason is that is because if that's the only creatives that escape your campaign, those are the only creatives that are going to get pushed to delivery, which means those are the only creatives that are going to carry your GMV for the most part, right? So it's a hierarchy on TikTok Shop. There's nothing wrong with that. We don't want to fight against the idea of TikTok Shop, guys. We just want to play into it and give them the keys and be like, you take the wheel and we'll hit the gas, right? Set low ROI targets. I already touched on that over here, so I'm not going to touch on it again. But setting low ROI targets is, as you can see, it's coming up repetitively. It's very important. And stop making major changes. The one thing that will keep you in this loop of 40 to 50 conversion windows, right? Or like resetting the learning phase or getting you back to gear one is when you keep touching your ROI targets. Any major changes to your ROI targets, like going from a 1 to a 2, or any major changes in your budget, like going from $100 to $500, is going to reset that budget because GMV Max is full AI generated, by the way. Like, I know you guys didn't know that. I probably should have debriefed you on that from the beginning, but GMV Max is completely AI driven, right? So when you make major changes, AI is like, whoa, like it just got a left hook to its face. You need to reset its allocation of budget and target, right? So that's very important that you don't make major changes. If you do want to make a change, make 20 to 30% jumps, right? If you are increasing your budget from 100 and you want to get to $200 a day, first increase it to 100 to $130, right? Then 130 to 175, and then 175, 200 plus, right? Same thing with target ROI. You can do the math. When to start, right? There's a couple criteria here. When to start your GMV Max campaigns. When you're a new shop, you need 30 creatives in rotation. This means on a weekly basis, you need 30 creatives, right? Listing optimized. I've touched on this in another video. Go watch it. Image stack, product description, SEO title, all of that is very important. Make sure that there's actually value to the listing that you're sending the viewers to. And this is also important because before your creatives start popping off, your product card listing is going to start generating sales. If there is no optimization, you're going to not have enough conversions to give GMV Max data to make better decisions, right? So you're just delaying this process more. Um, First batch of samples are delivered, right? Do not start your GMV Max campaigns if your first batch of samples are not delivered. And the reason this is because while your creatives are loading, you're just going to depend on product card sales, and that's not good enough data for GMV Max to even spend anything, right? It just won't spend. Like you can do whatever you want, it's just not going to spend because it has no creatives, right? So make sure that your first batch of samples are delivered. Gonna remove both of these, my little magnets. Okay, we're gonna let that one go. But procedure, right? Here's a procedure of GMV Max. Set budget, right? And when you set your budget, you want to set your budget to 10 times your average order value. If you have a product average order value of $30, you're gonna set it to $300, right? And this is a good runway. Now you can set it lower or whatever, but guys, this is my professional opinion. I've been in the trenches of TikTok Shop. I know what works. Okay, if you set it to $300, you are only doing yourself a favor. If you set it to anything less, you're delaying the process, and maybe you won't even get spent, right? Because it doesn't have enough budget to run off of for data. This combined with a target ROI of anything between a 0.5 to 1 when you're starting off is very important. Now, I want you guys to understand this concept, right? This is very important. You might get sales, right, at a higher target ROI. Your product may be capable of a 3 ROI. That's not the point. The point is how long can it stay sustained at that, right? The reason of setting your ROI at break even or a little bit below break even is because you feed it as much fuel as possible in this phase so that it can make data driven decisions and not just assumptive decisions. So please be generous with this target ROI. This is very important to exit this phase faster because the faster you can exit this phase, the faster you can get to the actual importance where I'm going to get to the end. Because when you get to a phase where you're actually delivering your creatives, that's when you can actually scale to 100,000, 500,000, a million a month, right? That's very important. Please do not F with this. This is very important. As you start getting more conversions and data driven and it's more consistent, then you can bump this up by 20 to 30% every single 2 days or 3 days, right? Don't touch it every single day. That's also very important. Do not touch. We already hopped into this. Exit. Do not touch until it exits learning phase, right? When it exits learning phase, focus on video input. This is going to be the main driver. And I have something on the back of this whiteboard, right, that I'm going to hop into. I'm going to show you guys a model. But all of this will allow you to tap into this final boss right here, which is the ROI protection lever. ROI protection is TikTok Shop's basically gift to society. It is them saying that if you get above 20 conversions in one single day, in one day, and you set a target ROI, if GMV Max does not spend or reach at least 80% of that ROI target, it will refund, it's either 80 or 90%, it will refund 90% of your credits, right? So, and this will recycle into your credit history. So they're basically guaranteeing you a target ROI, or else you don't pay, in a sense, right? So what you want to make sure is to reach a point of 20 conversions a day, like you need to stop fucking with this, right? This is very important. Now let me show you guys what I have clipped on the other screen here. Hopefully you guys can see my cat in the background. He's just chilling. Okay, so this is a model, right? Now I'm gonna switch to the other side, right, to show you guys better. Um, but I want to start by benchmarks, right? To get to 100,000 a month on TikTok Shop on average, you need 50 to 100, 150 videos a day, right? To get to 100 a month, 100K a month. From there, to get to 250K a month, you need anything between 150 to 250 videos a day, right? This is 50 to 100 videos a day. Sorry, did I say month? That's not what I meant. 50 to 100 videos a day, 150 to 200 videos a day to get to 250K a month in GMV. And then to get to anywhere between half a million to a million a month, you need 7,500 to 10,000 videos a month. Okay, this is the bare minimum. Right now, you're going to see brands getting away with less. That's nuances. We don't build our data off nuances. This is on average. These are the benchmarks you want to get to. Right now, here's a GMV max cycle. One thing always feeds off another, right? So video quantity, let's say you get to 100 videos a week at first, that needs to be your target, right? To get enough data to start tweaking target ROI and budget. Like, please make this your like North Star metric, this in sample set. But reporting is going to be a topic for another video, or you can book a call with us and we'll show you how we do it. Video quantity, which leads to data and learning, right? Data driven iteration leads to sales feedback, and sales feedback will tell GMV Max that you can tweak your ROI targets and up them, right? Which we all want. Obviously, you want to make more profitability on the platform. And then another thing is content iteration, right? When you get sales feedback, it will allow you to talk to your community manager, or if you're doing the whole operation yourself, which is inefficient, but if you are, you're iterating the content and creator briefs, which then allows you to have more video quantity, because when you tell your creators that these are the specific selling points that have been getting sales, they will want to put out by proxy more videos because now they have the ideas for video quantity. All of this relates. Are you guys, hopefully you guys are understanding what I'm saying, right? So this is the cycle, right? Now, let's say you want more sales, you want higher ROI targets. All of it comes back to the top metric, which is video quantity. And with quantity comes quality. Please don't just pump out shit videos. Quantity is primary, quality is secondary, but eventually TikTok Shop is just going to be erratic and do what it wants anyway. So don't try to control the fire. And the last point I want to make here is scale budget at the pace of your video output, please. I said this on the other side. I will say it again. Do not scale your budget just because you want to. Everyone wants to get to a million a month, guys. We all want to be there, right? As brands, right? But the problem is when you do that, money is not the solution to everything. Okay, I understand that there's different playing parts. I just laid out everything for you guys. Please make sure that if you want to scale your budget, scale your video output first, and then it will signal you an early target of the fact that your ROI is increasing. Then you can give it more bandwidth with budget, and then you can scale the entire operation. And that's how you get to 500,000 to a million a month. All right. I know there's a lot of things we covered here, and this may get confusing for you guys, right? I get that it can be a little overwhelming. What we do is 30-minute discovery calls, right? If you're a brand doing 7+ figures off platform already on D2C, retail, I don't care. Whatever you need to do to get in contact with us, we have the calendar link below and you guys can book your call. It's a 30-minute, super low value, super high value, low pressure value pack session. So if you guys want to book that, the link will be in the description and we can handle this entire process for you end to end. Aside from that, I will be seeing you guys in the next video. Like and subscribe. See you guys soon. Peace.